Hello and welcome to the weekly MANcast.
We are on yet another episode.
Yes, we are.
It's like a journey, you know?
It is.
If you've been with us since episode 1, you've been on a large journey.
We've progressed a lot.
Yeah.
You can really see how our hair changes over time.
And there's like waterfalls of activity.
Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of like white. It's like
spiritual
whitewater
and
rafting.
Political events are discussed.
It's whitewater rafting. We have some good rapids or episodes, and then it's calm for a couple.
Yeah. This is kind of a big episode because it's the first episode. This is actually right now when we're recording. This is the last day before the school year starts up again for us.
So we're going to be busy.
We're going to be busy, but we're going to keep bringing the MANcast to you after all because we've been doing it for more than a year.
Yeah, which means we've been doing it for more than school's been around for.
So we'll be just fine.
Yeah,
I'm sure, and I'm sure you'll be just fine as well. And we're all going to be fine because in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's right. Less than 2 weeks.
Hawkeye football.
Which, of course, is the only football that's good.
Yeah, now you could call it Big Ten football or college football, but everybody loses to the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, it's just
we own the game. It's
just,
I mean, like, if you look up football, it's owned by Kirk Ferentz.
And actually, the Hall of Fame, which is, like, over that way, but it may be behind you from where you're sitting.
You never know.
It's the Iowa Hawkeye Football Hall of Fame, and it actually holds the rule book to the official NCAA rules.
Yes.
It really doesn't, but we're going to say it does.
But yeah, no, it
because
should.
we're Iowa.
It should. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have a great episode for you today.
Great episode.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So John Mellencamp, popular singer from the 80s and early 90s, he said today in an interview that the internet is the most dangerous thing created since the atomic bomb.
What the fuck? Who is John Mellencamp to call my internet destructive and more destructive than the A-bomb? That's ridiculous. I mean, he can't say that kind of stuff.
You have to remember, though, it could be he's talking about the music industry, you know, with theft and such. But more importantly than all the theft, if it wasn't for the internet, Justin Bieber as the artist would not exist. He'd just be a whiny little boy up in Canada.
You know what? Maybe if the internet weren't around, his parents wouldn't have met. Because maybe they met on, like, Match.com or something like that.
Could, you know, to create something as awful as that, they must have met on Match.com.
Yeah.
Although supposedly those tend to work out pretty well.
But destructive? It's not the most destructive.
No.
It's the most useless thing since the A-bomb, maybe. I mean, what do you use the internet for? Facebook, YouTube.
Looking up recipes.
Yeah, you get cookbooks for that.
Yeah, but it's cheaper, you know.
Exactly.
Oh, so it's destroying the industry of...
It's destroying industries because it's all there and easily accessible. I still think it's bullshit that he can call it the most destructive thing since the A-bomb.
Especially
the A-bomb killed millions of people.
The internet doesn't cause cancer. Shut up, John Mellencamp.
Yeah. Who the hell are you?
You may have heard that teen hearing loss is on the rise. More teens are hearing less, it appears.
And researchers are blaming MP3 players.
Yes, MP3 players. Do you know that MP3s are actually louder than CDs? That's why MP3 players are more damaging than Walkmans or...
I didn't know that MP3 players were the ones emitting the sound.
Oh, yeah, no. Walkmans are perfectly safe because when Walkmans came out, it was the previous generation, and everything they ever did was a good thing.
Yeah,
just like, you know, spewing gases into the atmosphere, causing global warming, prolonging Social Security, really taking our generation and kind of, you know...
You know, really? This should be blamed on Apple.
I think it's Apple's fault.
I mean, they're the largest manufacturer of MP3 players.
Without them, MP3 players wouldn't be popular. So Apple, congratulations, you ruined our hearing.
Again.
Yeah. I can't tell if you're responding to that because I can't hear.
What? Where?
So, in technology news, more technology news, everything
of course.
News, technology news.
It always is.
Ryan Motors has released a self-balancing electric unicycle, and it's entering a crowded market. I'm going to be honest, I've never heard of an electrical self-balancing unicycle.
Maybe they're referring to the Segway.
I've only ever seen one real Segway in my entire life.
There's someone who works by me. He's always riding his Segway around. Must be for old people so I can get around.
Anyway, if you take a look at the thing, it's like a unicycle motorcycle. So you can be a complete dork and a badass at the same time.
Kind of like a Segway.
Kind of like a Segway, yeah. Because, for example, you see dorky people riding around on Segways sometimes, but then in Iron Man, Iron Man 1, you also see the bad guy riding around on a Segway. So it could go both ways. It all depends.
Wait. You said the bad guy, not the badass guy.
Oh, he was, though. You saw the beard, the bald head,
I mean, but
suit.
It's the badass guy.
Yeah, the badass bad guy rode one. So it really depends on your own persona. So if you buy one of these things, and you don't want to be a dork, you have to dress like a badass. And maybe take over a multi-million-dollar weapons manufacturing company, and build a prototype for a suit, and try and kill Tony Stark.
Okay, so a gamer has decided to sue the developer of a game called Lineage 2 for the addictive nature of MMORPGs.
Yeah. To me that sounds kind of like fat people suing McDonald's for being fat.
Wait, I can sue McDonald's? Dude, our production value is going to go way up in the next episode.
That's all we have for today. Thank you for stopping by. This is the Weekly MANcast, broadcasting from the Weekly MANcast headquarters, Iowa City, Iowa, home of the badass Iowa Hawkeyes.
Who ride mopeds.
They do.
Yeah, they do. And they're badass on them. No lie.
Weekly MANcast, yeah!